All right, coming up towards 7:33 in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm not sure how many of us would have thought about the origin of doubles when we're having 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 in the morning with some slight pepper or loaded with pepper and so on. But anyway, the national delicacy has also grown in popularity abroad. And on January the 22nd, we'll be commemorating the 100th birthday of the man who introduced doubles, or obviously invented doubles in Trinidad and Tobago. By the way, there's a look at the publication out of the Doubles Kitchen that has been done by Badruddin, the son of Mamuddin, who is credited with inventing doubles from the San Juan, Santa Cruz area. He is here with us. He's based usually in Miami in the United States, but he's down here back home specifically, not just for this opportunity to speak to us on Morning Edition, but to be on the Travel Channel, the US cable channel, to be interviewed tomorrow to talk about doubles and maybe to fuel this debate of who really was the inventor of doubles, because you know that is going to be a big set of discussion as well. Mr. D, thanks very much for joining us this morning. Good to have you.
Thank you for having me
here with us. So, can you say definitively that your father is the inventor of doubles?
Absolutely.
No question whatsoever?
No question whatsoever. And that's the purpose of my book. That was the mission I had to write this book, was to give him the credit that was due to him, that was being usurped by others, especially after his passing. There are stories. I just asked someone in the green room, who created doubles, and the answer is Ali's in San Fernando.
Yeah.
Now, I have to tell you that my father's 2 sisters got married to my mother's 2 brothers, who were the Alis.
Right.
My father introduced them to the doubles business that he created, and that's how it started.
All right. Well, I know, so I could hear already somebody from the alleys in Princestown or San Fernando calling or something to offer their side of the story. But that will be for another segment, because clearly there's going to be a little doubles-related bacchanal associated with this.
Well, once they follow the chronology of the events that happened for doubles, it is clear as daylight. And we have testimonials. We have the alleys from San Fernando on videotape, in the newspapers, praising their uncle, my father, Mamuddin, for having the vision to introduce this to them, and they made a fantastic living out of it.
And were you directly involved in the business as well?
As a teenager, as a kid, yes, we were. There's no getting away from not being involved. But I chose the education route, and I'm glad I did, so that I could put into writing the credit that my father deserved, because he was an illiterate businessman that created this product that is now reaching global heights and recognition. And Trinidad, the double island nation of Trinidad and Tobago, is being recognized for doubles.
Well, exactly. The twin islands, it's almost appropriate that we produce doubles from here.
Absolutely.
But how did the link up to allow for the Travel Channel interview that has you back home in Trinidad and Tobago? How did that come about?
Well, they discovered my book, and it's on Amazon.com, and it's amazing that they, Andrew Zimmern and Anthony Bourdain was here 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
And they were also, he was also focusing on the doubles, among other things, but Andrew Zimmern is going to take a more in-depth look into it and do the interview with the book and just show what this product is and display it to the world.
And as someone who would have been involved a few years ago before you migrated to spend time in Canada and now based in Florida and so on, now that you're back home, and I'm sure you would have been back home in between as well, are you surprised to see how doubles has become established as almost the national street food of Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, I wrote about that with respect to my dad, who passed away at age 62, did not live long enough to see how ubiquitous doubles are and how it has become the #1 street food of this nation and in the diaspora, wherever we are in the world.
Yeah, and because it's crossed all boundaries. I mean, the issues, and I was making this point earlier in the show, that someone was in the 1980s lamenting that things were so bad with them that they had to be reduced to eating doubles, as if doubles was associated with a low class sort of situation. And now it's totally different.
No, well, I wrote in depth of it, but before I go into that, I would like to proceed it with saying that by saying it in this way, from coolie coolie, come for roti, all the roti done, to give me 2 doubles with slight. That's the journey.
And that's why I asked you the question. Are you surprised to see how that transformation has taken? Has that taken you by surprise to see the way it's gained nationwide acceptance?
Well, in a sense, yes, but it was a struggle, and this is the struggle that I wrote about when the reason I left the doubles business was because of the shame that was imposed upon us in a plural society where you were the son of a doubles man. You know, the teacher will tell my brother in school, pay attention or you will end up selling doubles like your brother on the street. That's the kind of put downs that we experienced to endure. And today to come back and see the Travel Channel paying attention to a product that my father created, it's just fascinating. It's just. And
the book, Out of the Doubles Kitchen, when did you write this book?
I wrote it it was published in 2013. And we had a launch here at Napa, and we launched in Miami, Winnipeg, Toronto, Ottawa, and of course here. And it's well received. It's a slice of our history. This is not a recipe book on how to make doubles. The only recipe you'll find here is a recipe of life, of a people who came from a distant place and under adverse conditions and got out of it. And the story of doubles is a metaphor of how our people survive an oppressive system.
And that's why I think it's an important lesson as well, in the sense that, as you mentioned, the sort of degrading reference to someone who is the son of a doubles vendor, or if you could want to extend it, somebody who fathers sell roast corn or make corn soup or whatever, that sort of put down.
Absolutely.
The fact is that there's ample evidence, not just from our Trinidad and Tobago experience, but the global experience, that those involved as these vendors have been able to enjoy very successful lives and have been able to allow for their children to have successful lives and their generations come based on their humble street food.
Absolutely, absolutely. And my mission was to, by publishing this book, to give the literary prominence and dignity to doubles. Yeah.
And some people will say, well, I mean, there's really no dignity in doubles, and we're just Tubara and China and so on. But explain what you mean by that, by giving dignity to doubles.
Well, for the same reason that I met the Mighty Sparrow in Miami in a function, and I presented my book to him, and I pointed out to him that both calypsos and doubles were rejected things in society in its origin. In the original times, this is poor people's food.
Yes.
It was only hungry school children and drunkards would patronize doubles. And the upper classes would be seen dead, eating doubles at the side of
They would send people to buy it for them?
Send people to buy it and enjoy it.
Yeah.
And today, there's no shame anymore. And I'm glad I lived long enough to write and overcome that shame, to be here today to talk about doubles with pride. That was something I could not do for 50 years because the doubles man, as you said, was the lowest of the low.
Exactly, was the stigma attached. Well, time is just about running us out on us now, Mr. Dean. But thanks very much for joining us. Good to see you. Good to have you here with us. So the book is Out of the Doubles Kitchen. It's available in Trinidad and Tobago.
It's available in Trinidad. It's also in the public libraries. It's at RIK bookstores, Ishmael and Khan. And
you can certainly get the story of the inventor of doubles, Mahmoud Dean, and the family connection with the Alis of Saud, that no doubt
clearly
enunciated
and
shown quite clearly. But somehow I suspect we just started a bit of bacchanal once again that needs plenty pepper to flavor to go along with
looking forward to the debate.
Indeed, and looking forward to the eventual airing of the interview on the Travel Channel, the US cable channel. We'll take a break, and when we come back, Ultimate Rejects, which we're looking forward to for our final interview segment.
Line up so, my crew good to go. Line up so, everybody get ready to go.